And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, we just heard Wings of Severance. That was Hell Hanging High. Their playthrough music video is now available on the YouTubes. Check it out on the YouTubes. And then we heard Axemaster, and that song was 10,000 Pound Hammer. That's a fucking heavy hammer, Morgan.
You.
10,000 pounds worth of hammer. And their first music video is now available also on the YouTubes, and that's off their new album, Crawling Chaos, on Pure Steel Records. And that is dedicated to the military and each soldier whose sacrifice allows us to continue to be able to bang our heads in the free world. Whew, that was a lot. I am Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the chin
Of wisdom.
Chin of wisdom. I'm going to write that down this time. Chin of wisdom.
Wisdom.
And we are here with us tonight for only the second time. I feel like you guys have been here a lot more. Threatening the order.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, and who's missing tonight?
Melissa is not with us tonight.
And Melissa is the vocalist.
She is our vocalist. Sweet, darling Melissa.
But everyone else is here.
I'm not. I'm not.
So who is here? Go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do in threatening the order.
I'm Izzy. I play bass.
Ed guitar.
Pete drums.
And to just go back and remember how long it's been since you guys have been on. Your first time on our show was November 26th of 2013. That's how long it's been.
Shit.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that is right.
It's been a couple, 2-3 years.
I was in my 30s then.
But it's been 5 years.
5 years?
A little over 4.
Going
was-
on 5. Whatever.
Whatever, math. Well, thank you guys for coming back out.
Thanks for having us.
New location. Now we can actually booze it up while we're, talking about poop
Sounds like a party.
and butts. So, in the last 4.5 years, what have you guys been up to? I want from the day you left the radio show the last time to today, everything in between.
Daydreaming about you.
Always.
Who doesn't? That's a given.
Writing more music, getting some shows in. We put an EP out about 6 months ago.
What's the name of that EP?
As the world crumbles, as the world is crumbling down.
All right, and we're playing all of that tonight, right?
That would be
Woo, woo.
awesome.
Woo, woo.
Nice.
So tell us a little bit about the background of it. Why did you choose the name When the World is Crumbling Down?
As.
Yes.
It's a line from the opening track.
And what is the first track called?
First track is Casting Molds.
Casting Molds. So what is Casting Molds about?
That's a great question for Melissa, who's not here right now.
So if
Because
you
she
were to
writes-
guess,
She writes all the lyrics. It's about, basically nonconformity, breaking the mold, so to speak.
All right. And how many tracks are on the CD?
4.
All right, we got a 4-tracker. It came out 6 months ago. You guys do the whole CD release show?
We tried. It was just real difficult to try to get shows booked at the same time because around the time we wanted to do it, it was around Labor Day, and either everyone was playing or no places were available. So we eventually just started playing in the shows. We got to do a show in Plano. That was our unofficial CD release party. That's when it became available to everyone. That was back in September of last year.
And then where can everyone find the new CD?
Well, wherever we play, or
You go to cdbaby.com, either download it or order the hard copy, but really come out to a show and buy one from us.
Hey-o. Yeah. So 4 tracks, where was that recorded?
Black and White Music Services in Mokina.
Mokina.
how did you find them?
through our friends in Endgame. They recorded with that studio and recommended them to us. And, basically we went through a lot of local bands' recordings, just kind of like looking into what studios were used and narrowing it down and picking out the studio that we thought would kind of get us the sound we were looking for. And that's how we ended up going with them.
Nice.
Endgame has a very funny thing they wrote in this book, and I'm going to find it. And
Get back to us on
get back
it.
to you.
Good. Good. So we're going to talk more about Threatening the Order.
Yeah.
So before we go into the first track off the EP, let's catch up with you guys a little bit. It's been a minute. You guys, obviously, besides releasing the EP, have been playing quite a few shows recently. So you guys right now have just come off of playing 2 shows, right, last week? And
We did
then-
a show last week and the week before as well. We did last week we were at Bada Brew. Week before we were at Livewire Lounge. We're playing with some amazing bands. Just a lot of positive energy and just everyone going out and having a good time. Bada Brew was insane last week. Last week was just so much fun.
Bada Brew is always a good place to play.
Yes.
And so is Livewire because they are 3 doors down from the taco joint.
yes.
That's right.
That's like someone's like, "Hey, you want to play Livewire?" I'm like, "I'm there." Yeah, absolutely. Book it.
Tacos? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
there.
tacos, absolutely.
That's where we pre-gamed.
And then it's like you don't even. It's like, yeah, we're playing a show, but tacos.
Added bonus.
That's. I think every music venue should get a taco joint a couple doors down from them, and then
Good taco.
a
joint.
good taco
You know,
joint.
I think if you're looking,
That's true. That's
you
true.
would probably find one.
I'm always looking for taco joints, Morgan.
Yeah, I noticed. So what about the shows coming up? You had a couple actually coming up within the next week or two as well.
We have a huge show next week. At
Can you say
Cairo
huge
Ale.
one more time?
Hugest.
Huge.
Huge.
Just how huge is
It is a
Huge.
Lugo size show.
Ooh.
That's how big is it?
It's a what size?
It's a Lugo size show.
Oh my goodness.
How many inches is that?
At
That
least
is-
3. Rock hard.
We're
inches.
doing a benefit. One of our guys from Consume the Divide, his child has cancer, and we're doing a benefit for the child. We're having a bunch of great bands. We're playing. Now I'm Nothing's playing. The Fred Durst Experience. That's gonna be fun.
What?
Play-
I mean, anytime you get Limp Bizkit involved.
A White Pony's playing, so it's going to be a great show for a great cause.
And this is what day?
This is Friday. I was about to say
February
Friday.
10th.
Thank you. February
Next
10th.
Saturday.
Next Saturday. Come on out to
All-
Cairo Ale House in West Chicago.
All ages $5.
And there is a Fred Durst. What was
Experience.
Fred
Explosion.
Durst.
that? The Fred Durst explosion?
Yeah.
I have to look this up.
I mean, anytime
What is it
you
called? The
get
Fred Durst
Explosion.
explosion?
anytime you get a Limp Bizkit cover band, that's just epic.
But it's going to be fun. It's a great cause, bunch of great bands. It's going to be awesome.
They're not just like a Limp Bizkit tribute band. Specifically, Fred Durst.
Because let's be honest, Fred Durst is Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
He did the Axl Rose, made everyone sign their life away.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
All right.
sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you on that. I was just taken away at the.
That's
Just
crazy.
look how enthralled you are with this.
I'm gonna look it up. Fred Durst.
Durst.
Explosion. It's called the Fred Durst explosion. I thought you were joking.
Couldn't make that one up.
I thought you were joking. Explosion.
Nope.
Yeah, the Fred Durst explosion. Oh my goodness.
That's a thing. But continue. More about
Sorry.
Threatening the Odor. We don't need a cover band taking over their time. Look, come on.
Yeah, sorry.
Good times.
Sorry, Morgan, take it away.
You're retarded. Well, let's play Casting Molds. When I think Casting Molds, I think of those moldoramas at the zoo. But that's probably not what Melissa was going for. But this is track 1. No, you don't know? Maybe?
It could have been
could've
like
been.
a giant wax gorilla breaking out of the machine.
Yeah, we'll go with that. This is the first track. And what, again, is the EP called?
As the world is crumbling down.
Perfect. Let's check it out.
You're listening to the Metal Experience.
We've assembled a collection of bands who have drummers.
I do magic.
Well, it's easy if you try, Dick.
Now sit back and listen.
All right, we are back. The Metal Experience rocking out here with Threatening the Order, and we just heard the first track off the As the World is Crumbling Down CD, and that was Casting Molds, and that was badass.
Thank you.
What'd you
Thank
think?
you very much.
What'd you think over there? Rocking?
Oh, yeah.
Rocking.
You
I
two
fucking-
put your boners away.
No, leave them out.
Leave-
That song's boner worthy.
We're good. We're good on this end.
Charlie's like, how'd you know? Go away.
Well, the table's kind of uneven, so
Get down, boner.
it's good to see you, Charlie.
It is. I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Oh, I missed. So the last couple of years, you guys have played a ton of shows. What have been some of the highlight shows for the past couple of years? You guys have rocked out.
Plano's always a good time at the Brick Lounge. A couple of the Queens of Metal shows have always been awesome. Every time
Definitely two of my favorites.
The Brick Lounge.
that's in Plano.
Morgan?
We've never been there.
Always a great time there.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a really cool venue, and the guys that run the joint are really awesome. It's a top-notch venue. It's just a great time. I've yet to have a bad time at Plano.
Yeah, agreed. Cairo's one of my favorite places to play as well.
Cairo
which
is awesome.
We happen to be playing there on February 10th, if anyone would like to come out to one of my favorite places to play.
And they have a sweet, delicious cheeseburger with an egg on top.
Yes,
I had
they
that
do.
last time I was
they
there.
do. And
So
a
good.
Great beer selection.
You just talked me into
Oh,
that
yeah.
burger.
Yeah? The one with the egg on it, when I saw that, I was like, I'll take that one.
Why not?
They got calzones there.
Calzones, that's right. You had the
Yeah.
calzone. That's right. You were there. The only time I was there, you were there. We were there together.
Oh,
Oh,
Luco.
did you wink at me? You want to get frisky in the
All right,
back?
don't make it weird. It's already gotten weird.
No.
They have a pool table, Luca. You should come to the next show.
A pool table.
Yes.
He wants to put you on it. I'm done. Let's continue.
Oh, my goodness.
Some more about Threatening the Order. Let's talk a little bit about the history since we haven't seen you in a while. For those that are new to meeting you guys, tell us a little bit about how the band started.
It was a while ago. I just, I've been playing guitar for a really long time. And, back in probably 2000, started having the idea of, like a melodic metal band, something with like really heavy riffs, but, some good melodic vocals, maybe some, melodic leads and that sort of thing. Known Izzy for almost forever. So, it was a natural fit working with him. Various drummers and vocalists came and went. A lot of bands have that story. And then we met Melissa maybe about 7 years ago. Sounded great. One of the best vocalists we've ever worked with. But, circumstances being what they are, she had to leave, but then came back, but then had to leave again. And then we met Pete, which, that was just a natural fit personality and musically.
Which is funny because the day we were supposed to meet Pete, we didn't know because we were having such horrible luck finding people, just all these weirdo strangers, and just like, no, we're not doing this. So like, you know what? Let's meet first. So
I was a stranger too once.
you were a good stranger.
But you were such a familiar stranger.
You showed up with candy and whatnot.
You read my mind. The white van and Candy appeared.
Candy, but not in a white windowless
Oh.
van. So he was safe.
So we met at the Hooters. We bumped into Pete. We hung out. We talked for hours. It felt like we've known him for years.
Absolutely.
That's how
They don't
natural
know
it
it, but they
felt.
had.
I've been secretly implanting me in their lives.
Who knew that your audition was based on how you ate your wings?
Did you get wings?
Of course.
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, there were definitely wings and cheese sticks involved.
Perfect.
And like as he said, we talked for hours, and Pete left and was like, I hope this guy can play because he's fucking cool. And so then a week later he came out and it was like, yeah, he can play. And just happenstance, Melissa contacted us that same week and was like,
I'm
guys, I
back.
think I can do it again if you'll have me. And You know, that was just, you know, that was it. You know,
Because I believe we were hanging out at Huck Finn's, and I told you, hey, what if I told you Melissa wants back in? And you jumped on it. It's like, bring her back.
yeah. So then, you know, within 2 weeks of that, I think we were already on like 3 songs in. And you know, at the end of that, I just had this moment in that rehearsal, like when we finished up song number 3, it was like just hearing all of us playing at the same time was like, this is what the band is supposed to sound like. And so that, you know, that at least from my perspective, that was it.
And you feel the new CD gives a good representation of what you've been going for.
Oh,
all
absolutely, absolutely. You know, we'll hear more. I'm not going to spoil the tracks or anything, but you know, there's a pretty decent variety on there. The track we just listened to, "Casting Molds," that's actually a pretty old song. I wrote that a long time ago. At least the music I wrote a long time ago, and it was one of those first maybe 3 or 4 songs that, you know, the band that this lineup worked on. So it's kind of like it was one of the first songs we had. You know, as we listen more, you guys will hear more tracks in there. There's like songs on there from sort of different periods within the band.
And a slower one.
And yes, there is a slow one. Also boner inducing though.
But those are my favorite.
I like to sit on the speaker and play it.
He's not kidding. Yeah, you know, so, but then like the last track on the album was one of the newer songs at the time we recorded it. And so it was almost like, you know, sort of like the history and then leading into sort of like what's coming next. So yeah, I think it's a good representation of what we're about.
So then when did Pete and then Melissa join the band back again? When was that?
That was 2013, just a couple months before we were on the show last time.
So then when you came on, Pete, earlier with a different band we won't mention, you were currently also in Threatening the Order.
Correct.
Okay. You're doing double duty. Are you playing in any other bands
Yeah,
still?
you said duty.
No, I'm not at the moment.
Okay.
And I'm not planning on it for a while.
Okay. All right. Well,
He only wants to do one duty.
But at least one at a time.
one duty.
Sometimes it comes outside.
Sometimes it comes outside. Oh, my goodness. That's a rough duty.
You left the CDs on the table back there, but let's talk a little bit about the album artwork that you chose for the EP.
Yep.
Which I remember seeing with a lot of flames and craziness going on. So who designed your album artwork, and what is the concept behind that?
That would also be Melissa.
Melissa did the artwork herself?
She did.
That's impressive.
Melissa, one of her other hobbies is photography. And so she likes to go out and take pictures of all sorts of Weird Duty.
Weird Duty. She looks at Weird Duty.
She does look at Weird Duty. You know, she likes to go into abandoned buildings and take pictures of rundown stuff. And so the cover art just happens to be a bridge that she took a picture of, ran a filter over it to make it look like there's... So really the flames you're seeing, if you look at the real picture, it's actually clouds above the bridge and water below it. But the filter she threw on it, you know, made it look like flames, and it was kind of cool the way it came out. Like, it looks like there's moss growing on the bridge amid the flames, and it was just kind of like, you know, it just looked really cool.
Very gritty.
Yeah. And then the back cover is a tunnel that she took a picture of and put that same filter over.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
And did you find these in Chicago? These,
I believe the bridge is, I want to say it's the Skyway.
and then what about the tunnel? Where's the tunnel?
That, I think, is Joliet somewhere.
The Joliet.
Oh, in the old, like, pipe mill or wherever that
when
place
she used
is.
to live in Joliet, she used to always wander. There's a bunch of abandoned stuff around Joliet. Who knew?
Yeah.
Is it the whole town abandoned?
What?
But she spent a lot of time.
Just kidding, Joliet. We love you.
Joliet loves us. We love you, Joliet, too. Just wandering into like abandoned buildings, particularly the prison, whatnot. I'm not exactly sure.
That's a
if she
fun
took that
place to
picture.
wander into.
I found myself wandering into a prison.
Well, they're not going to stop you walking in.
They just will stop you walking out, you know.
So in Joliet, there's a venue that is also a donut shop. You know what I'm talking about?
Drunken
Drunken
Donuts.
Donut.
Have you ever played there?
I've never been there. I heard it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was there for Catapult the Propaganda when they released their latest EP about 2 years ago, I want to say. I was there for that show. It was a fun place to hang out. Beer and donuts.
And you can get donuts too, right?
Can't go wrong with beer and donuts.
When are you guys gonna play that place?
Not sure.
So
Let me work
They
on
need
that.
to investigate.
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 donut. I would totally do. So you were drinking donuts and eating beer.
I didn't quite have that much beer to the point where I was drinking donuts. I ate a donut and drank beer.
Perfect.
And then dunked the donut in that beer and started to drink the donut that fell into the beer.
Did you also dunk your donuts in beer?
I did not.
So he says. I'm kidding. All right, well, let's play another track. We have another bona fide track, according to your sources.
Another boner-fied track.
And the second track on the EP, what is that one called?
Something to prove.
I'm good for now.
Something to Prove. Was this the first single that you guys released from the album?
I think I know this one.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Now, what is Something to Prove about? Do you know that?
Religious hypocrisy.
Ooh, interesting. All right. Well, let's take a listen. Probably for us it'll be twice, but for you it'll be once. Enjoy.
I'm not
This is Gup.
This is Trent.
This is Tim.
And we're
Heavy!
And you're listening to the Metal Experience Radio Show.
We are back. I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze and the Chin Hair.
Chin of Wisdom.
Chin of Wisdom.
Chin Hair of Wisdom.
We are here with Threatening the
Chin
Order.
Hair.
And that was another amazing track called Something to Prove. And I felt like after that could be an awesome anthem and totally have something to prove now. I just got to figure out what.
They had a lot of
It did.
chugglers.
Chuck.
They had
Chuck,
a lot of Willy
Chuck,
Wees
Chugga, chugga,
and Willy
Chuck,
Woos
Chuck.
and chugglers.
So when you were writing this album, what were some of your inspirations that you were
Well, it's
listening
gotta have a lot of
to? Or
chuggles.
what was helping push you guys musically?
As far as the guitar is concerned, each one of the 4 songs was written like at a different time. Like it's not like we were writing for the EP or anything like that. As far as influences are concerned, for me as a guitarist, from the rhythm side of things, definitely, Iced Earth with the chugga-da-chugga-das that they do, one of the biggest influences I'm into.
They're so good at those too.
They're in my opinion, John Schaefer's the king of the chugga-da-chugga-das. So that's a pretty huge influence on me rhythmically.
The king of the chugga-da-chuggas.
Just my opinion. Nevermore is also a huge influence on, they broke up years and years ago, but still a big influence on me. Jeff Loomis, one of my favorite guitarists ever. There's a slow song on here, as Pete mentioned. I think that comes more from like, some of the more doom and like, gothic stuff Izzy and I, kind of listen to like, Typo Negative, My Dying Bride, that sort of stuff from kind of way back when. That's kind of where that song came from. As far as the Widdly Woos, I'm not gonna. I will not attempt to say I can play anything like them, but Jeff Loomis again and John Petrucci from Dream Theater, probably my 2 favorite lead guitarists. I'm nowhere close to them, but that's kind of where it comes from. It's sort of my attempt to do what they do. So from the guitar standpoint, and that's kind of where all these songs started from. It's really just kind of like a mixture. I think when we were picking the songs for the EP, what we did was I asked everyone to do an anonymous vote. I asked everybody to individually send me the 5 songs they would want to record, and then it was kind of like, which are the songs that got the most mentions out of the band, and these were the 4 that kind of came out, and they also, as I said earlier, they're a good representation of what we do. There's the chugga-da-chugga-das, and then there's some slow stuff.
Well, we haven't heard any slow stuff yet. The first song was like 100 miles an hour, and that song was chugga-da-chugga-da. So good. So good. Oh, sorry. Thank you. What?
Melissa's vocals remind me of Kitty.
A little kitty?
A little bit of Kitty.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We
just
haven't
the
heard that one
clean
yet.
singing of what Kitty does.
What have you heard?
I've heard her
Things.
Yeah, we've heard things. We're not going to talk about the things that we've heard about Melissa on the air. But just kidding, Melissa. We love you. I've heard Janis Joplin. I've heard an odd mixture. I've heard Janis Joplin, Courtney Love, and Gwen Stefani talking about Melissa.
Pop artists?
I don't get it. But that's what people have mentioned. I don't know. Izzy, Pete, what have you guys heard?
But she'd be the first one to tell you that Mariah Carey is her biggest influence. I would agree. I've heard the Gwen Stefani. I've heard the Janis Joplin. I've heard the. You can just hear it in her voice.
I can hear it, but I also think Kitty.
Now, do you guys plan on doing any Mariah Carey covers?
We talked about it. It just never materialized.
What's the one she does? The Christmas? I'll be home.
Absolutely not.
What's the one though?
Well, what's your favorite
I'll Be Home
Mariah
for
Carey
Christmas.
I'll
song?
be home. Is that it?
Oddly enough, at work, that was the theme song. At work, we played it at least once every half hour.
Oh my god.
Mariah Carey's just belting
Yes.
out "I'll Be
Just
Home for Christmas."
full blast.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
And then every once in a while, you would hear someone down the way scream, "No!"
Not again. Well, after you've heard it so many times, you do want to be home, but not necessarily for Christmas, just so you don't have to hear Mariah Carey sing that song anymore. Let's put that song on real quick.
I can't.
No,
Can we not?
I'm joking.
I don't have that ability.
It's
Thank
for
you, Morgan.
Christmas
Yeah.
music right
It's
now.
not Christmas.
It's not Christmas.
We still have quite a few days for that to happen.
You guys do any covers?
No.
Any cover ideas?
Would you ever do a cover? Is the question.
Like Pete and I will fool around in practice.
Yeah,
we'll
in
mess around
practice,
with.
we'll sit there and we'll just mess around with either Ace of Spades or just anything like that.
We've been screwing around with Cure's Fascination Street.
Yes, we have.
Giggity.
Giggity. But no covers in the making.
Correct.
Or in the works. Okay, okay. Now you guys have some more shows coming up, not just the February 10th show, correct?
We're back at Cairo at the end of March, and we're playing with Sinister Fate on May 3rd for their anniversary show.
Where's that show at?
That is at Livewire Lounge.
Oh,
May 4th.
Tacos.
May 3rd.
Tacos.
Taco.
Oh, correct. May 3rd is my sister's birthday. May 4th is the show.
May the 4th be with you.
May 3rd is your sister's birthday?
Yes.
May 3rd is my mom's birthday.
Hey.
Crazy.
So
Thanks for
every
reminding
time we
me.
do anything in May, May 3rd always rolls off because it's my sister's birthday.
The first Spider-Man came out on May 3rd, and I was like, Mom, let's go take you to...
Bonesaw's ready.
We did.
Oh, yeah.
That was perfect.
Bonesaw's ready.
I was so happy when I found out Macho Man was in that movie.
Man, he...
Was? As who?
Bonesaw.
Who the hell is Bonesaw?
He's the one that was waffling Spider-Man with the steel chair relentlessly for 3.5 minutes.
Remember he had to survive the cage match with Bonesaw.
Oh yeah.
That
God,
was
it's been
Macho Man.
it's
Randy
been
Savage.
forever
Bonesaw
since
was
I saw
ready.
that.
Although I don't think anyone told Savage that it was a movie, and I think he really waffled.
Yeah.
You really thought it was for the
Yeah,
cause?
he beat the hell
was.
out of him.
Hey, I
And
haven't
his-
seen that movie in a while.
His veins were just fucking
Jeez.
popping out of his arms and his head.
And
And
that was before he roided up.
yeah. No, that was during. That was...
That was the Macho
He's been
Man.
doing that for years.
Maybe that's what you need to have your intro be when you guys come out on stage.
Just the Macho Man.
Do like a wrestling theme.
Macho Man doing the Bonesaw. Bonesaw's ready.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that
The
ideas,
ideas are flowing.
Ideas.
What's about that time, Charlie?
Chuck,
Charles.
Charky,
Charlie.
Chuckles,
Hi.
Charlie.
Chaz.
Chaz, Chazinator, the Chazster.
I think just because it goes with the jewelry stores, I think we should just call him Charming Charlie.
Charming Charlie.
Charlie.
And when I create my intro, it'll be like royalty music, and then it'll be like, and now it's
Isn't that
time
a
for
little? Isn't that a little?
Charming Charlie.
Isn't that a little girl's fashion store? Charming
Hey,
Charlie's.
it's accessories of various colors to match various occasions.
Charlie, is that true?
So you
Is that
can
their
get
slogan?
your
their
purses
slogan?
and your scarves and your
We're
belts and
colorful
jewelry.
ex-
Morgan
Accessories
Daniel, do you
all
work for
to
Charming
match.
Charlie?
She's
No,
selling
You sound
it.
I
like you work
like
for
it
Charming
because I
Charlie.
totally would buy so much from that store. It might be
don't?
fake accessories, but I
Without
really
even knowing
like
what the
it.
product is she's buying.
I
She's just
like
buying.
Charming Charlie. See, Colleen likes it too.
What up, dude?
It's fun.
Well, let's throw a parade.
Yeah.
Well, let's throw a parade. I like it, Ed. Let's throw a parade.
See,
All of
Colleen
her
says her
scarves are there.
scarf is from there, and she wants more. Charlie,
And is it the right color for this occasion?
it's red, like blood.
Oh, my.
Jeez. Well, Charlie,
Yo,
take
Hit
it away.
us.
Get up. What'd you say?
Hit us.
Hit us. Charlie, hit us. Ow! But be gentle, because I bruise easy. I'm anemic, so be gentle. What do you got, Charlie? What?
Did we just make a rap out of I'm anemic, so please be gentle? There's a beat going, and that's what you
Maybe.
want to rap about?
Let's talk about beating.
Real life, yo.
Real life, Chuck. What do you got for us, bud?
I got some tour newses.
All right, you got the tour newses. What do you got? Who's on tour?
John 5.
Nice.
John 5 and the Creatures.
Doing his solo guitar workage.
Wee-loo, 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 woo.
I saw John 5 at the Reggie's.
That's where he's going to be
That was
again.
good. John 5 on tour.
Tour starts February 1st in Orlando, Florida. Stops in Chicago. February 18th. That's Sunday at Reggie's.
Yeah. Good to do.
And doors are at 7, and tour ends April 21st in Tacoma, Washington.
Tacoma, Washington. Okay, what else you got?
Slayer Final World Tour.
We got
Slayer.
tickets.
Morgan bought tickets last week.
Hey, I can't believe how much tickets are for.
Kerry King has a lifestyle to maintain.
Jaeger.
last tour,
Just
milking it for all
mountains
it's
of
worth.
Jaeger.
For pit tickets, it's just about $1,000.
Yeah,
What?
fuck
We paid-
that
we
shit.
paid-
They're expensive.
We paid $15 a ticket.
Yeah, we did.
Where did you get your tickets from?
He's not telling.
Moving on.
Apparently not the
Oh,
same guy.
Charlie.
Morgan found it was a pre-sale, and they were $10, and they're like $16 after service
Fucking
charges.
winning. Because I
Morgan's
know
like,
my shit.
I'm buying this shit
Seriously?
right now.
Yep.
I'm like,
Seriously.
Damn.
perfect. So
I mean,
16
it's in the
bucks.
lawn, but who wants to be sitting for Slayer in the pit when old people fucking push you around?
I want old
and
people to push me around in
smell.
the grass.
Ugh. I'd rather be where I'll have my hearing at the end of the night or a face.
Or a
Continue.
face?
Or a face, so I don't get punched. Get it? Okay.
I'll punch you. It's okay.
Fuck
It is a Slayer show. So.
It is.
You'll
Slayer.
get punched in the face. by
Slayer
Bone-
shows get scary. Yeah, see, that's what I don't want to
Bonesaw
happen.
comes off the top rope in the lawn.
I don't want that to happen in the
Smashes
pit of
Morgan
just
in
some
the face.
creepy old guy coming up behind me and telling me Bonesaw's ready to bone. That's like a fear of mine, okay?
One of the weirdest thing ever happened to me in a Slayer pit. Somebody pushed me in at the brawl room. You know how slick the floor
Yeah,
is. So I'm sliding
absolutely.
across the floor. All of a sudden,
See?
there's this tiny little girl, maybe 80 pounds,
Bonesaw
just
ready.
levitated, Matrix style into the air, stopped midair, elbows me right in the head, and then floats back down.
What?
If
Was
it
this
wa-
real life?
This was real life. I swear
Were
to
you
God.
on something?
No, I was not.
Was
This-
she on something?
Possibly.
She was a ninja, apparently.
She levitated in the air, paused midair, elbowed me in the face. If it wasn't for the fact she weighed 80 pounds, she probably would
so
have
you,
hurt me
you
really bad.
found the ghost.
So then what happened? Did you go down or?
No, but like I said, she didn't have much weight behind that
She was
elbow.
80 pounds.
So she was able to.
It's all bone.
She connected full force, but it was like, wow, she just elbowed me in the face.
Did that little girl just elbow me in the face?
It was
How
kinda like
old
that.
was she?
I couldn't tell you, but she was like 80 pounds. She maybe
That
been
sounds
20.
super scary. That's another reason why I don't want to go in a pit.
Was it awesome though?
It was. It
Okay.
was.
Well, there you go. Bonesaw was totally ready for you right there.
Yes.
She jumps in the air, pauses. Bonesaw's ready. Boom.
And then levitated back down.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she dropped down, just like levitated down.
Like your
This
whole
is
life
like
in
Mortal
slow
Kombat
motion.
shit.
And it was right around when the Matrix came out too. So it was like, wow, this is so Matrixy. Bam.
She's living in the Matrix.
Possibly.
All right. What do you got for us, Chuck? Slayer. And you're paying $1,000. You paid $1,000 for your tickets. You crazy guy.
Must be nice.
Slayer's not worth $1,000.
What else you got for us,
Says
Chucky?
you.
Says you.
I've seen them enough times. I'm not giving them my
To know
money
they're
anymore.
worth at least $16 in the lawn. All right, Chuck.
Avatar is on tour.
The movie?
Avatar, the musical.
Is that a
Exactly
band?
what I thought.
Yeah.
Avatar. Oh, nice.
Avatar is a band?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're from Sweden.
Sweden. Okay, very nice.
The movie?
The movie's on tour, stopping at a town near you. Okay, so Avatar the band, not the movie,
Not in the movie.
is on tour. Not the play, the 18-hour play. Okay, it's from Sweden.
Tour starts tomorrow in Salt Lake City, stops in Milwaukee at the Rave Saturday, February 10th, and their tour ends July 6th in Norway.
Well, it looks like I can't play the show on the 10th.
No one will be going to see the Avatar show on February 10th because everyone will be coming out to Cairo Ale House.
Cairo Ale House. All right, Chuck.
Pop Evil is on tour with Plague Royal and Black Map.
Black what?
And Black Map.
Map?
Yeah.
Black Map. Okay. You a big Pop Evil fan? Yeah.
Yeah.
For everyone listening at home, Chuck says, yeah. Okay.
They have a
Okay.
couple good songs.
Pop evil. It's popular evil music. Is that what that? Is that what that is? Is that? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Did you just echo yourself?
Just trying to get them. Okay. Okay, Chuck.
Tour starts February 10th in Lynchburg, Virginia. Stops in Milwaukee at the Rave Friday, February 16th, and their tour ends July 6th in Czech Republic.
Jeez. Wow. Yeah, we started a tour over here, and then we're going to go overseas. We're going to do some dates over there and whatever. Well, yeah. Okay. Pop evil. Popular evil. What else you got for us?
Stone Sour.
Stone Sour. Morgan's got a huge woman boner for that band.
Good for you.
Corey Taylor only. The new CD sucks,
But it's still Corey Taylor.
but it is still Corey Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Any day of the week.
So Stone Sour. What were they
Don't
doing?
ignore me.
And their tour started yesterday with Red Sun Rising and the Dead Deads.
The Dead Deads?
The Dead Deads are playing with Stone Sour?
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Who?
Chuck.
Are
Likes
you a
the
big-
Dead Deads.
You a big The Dead Deads fan?
That's all he talks about.
I haven't seen them in 2 years.
So you're going
Now
to see
he's
them
going
with
to go
Stone
see
Sour?
the Dead Deads. Tell us when. He's got to think about it.
When is it, Chuck? Tell me.
And the next time you'll be able to see him is Saturday, February 17th at the Rave.
Everything's going through the rave. It's going to be hopping at the rave in February, Morgan.
Yeah, we'll be there on Friday, which is February.
That's what you think.
Tour ends July 11th in Spain.
Whoa.
Another band.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll just finish it overseas.
So they're not doing Chicago?
Nope.
Too
Damn.
Too good
Luca,
for
looks like
Chicago.
we're going to the rave.
That's what you think.
February 17th.
I actually have plans February 17th.
Yeah, you're
it's
going to
gonna be at the
cancel
rave.
those to
Yeah.
see Mr. Corey Taylor.
I'm going to be...
Hey,
oh,
how's
yeah,
it going?
I gotta
No.
I gotta
No.
meet a guy about a thing.
Yeah, that guy is going to be the thing with Corey Taylor.
Nah, this other guy about this other thing.
He is dreaming.
I gotta meet Bonesaw. I gotta meet up with this guy named Bonesaw. I don't know. It's just what his mother named him.
Predator down. Good, you fuck.
Bonesaw.
Continue.
Jeez.
That's all I got for tour news.
Okay.
All right.
You got you brought a band tonight. You were gonna rock out to. What'd you
Yep.
bring?
They're called Dead Man's Wake, who are now called, what was it?
Well, they're a totally different band. They're
Yeah.
not Evil Engine. But it's
Evil
got Chrissy
Engine?
from Evil Engine as the old vocalist of Dead Man's Wake.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
The song we will be listening to is called Far Be It From Me.
What's up, everybody? This is Tom. This is Mike.
This is Greg.
This is John.
This is Dean. We are
Endgame! And you are listening to The Metal Experience, the most fucking metal radio show on the dial.
I just heard Dead Man's Week with Far Be It From Me hanging out here with Threatening the Order.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Ma.
Poop.
Yeah.
Candyman.
Yeah!
Yeah.
What?
Oh, that was good.
Okay!
I don't know why you're not the hype man.
I saw the veins pulsating in your forehead as you said that. Perfect.
The hype man in between songs, you should be fucking. I'm sorry. We were going to do a censored show.
Yeah, we
you
forgot.
You should be yelling that.
I should be fornicating.
You should be. Oh, whoa.
Well, we are back.
You
I
see,
am
Threatening
Morgan
Order, they were
Danielle.
Fornicating on stage.
With Luco Blaze.
Giggity.
Yes, we
Our
were fornicating on stage.
friends
with
in
Lugo
Threatening
Blaze.
the Order. Back with us.
Rocking out.
Chilling. Rocking out.
Chilling. Chillin'.
Like a villain.
Well, Morgan.
What's been the favorite show that you guys have played individually? What did you think has been your favorite show?
Pete, you haven't been talking much. It's your turn.
I don't talk much. That's why I play drums.
That's why I play drums. I know plenty of drummers that talk a lot much.
You use your words good.
I do speak good English.
Gooder.
The goodest of Englishes. I done speaketh.
Let's see. Oddly enough, I would actually have to say Plano was actually a really awesome place to play.
Okay.
The sound was really good. The stage was really nice. It was enough room for everybody. The presence and everything was just really nicely set up.
Plano.
Plano. So essentially from here, think of you're going downtown, but the opposite way.
And then drive for another 20 miles.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, me. I don't know. I have a lot of spots. Plano's always a great memory. Hopped on stage with Now I'm Nothing, sang a song with them. That was a great time. Cairo Ale House is just ridiculous good time. Man.
Hell, I remember our third show, we played Battle of the Bands. We got third place.
Yes, we did. That's back when Mojo's was Mojo's.
Correct.
Mohouse. Was Mohouse.
And that was weird doing that on a Sunday.
Really?
But it was still a fun show.
Oh, it was a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Bonesaw.
No bonesaw.
No boner saws.
Bonesaw wasn't there. It was a Sunday.
He
was
wasn't
resting.
He wasn't there that night.
What was your favorite show, Ed?
I always have a good time when we play. I don't know. That first Queens of Metal that we did, that was really cool. You know, playing the side stage for that. It was, you know, it wasn't. We weren't even like. I think we were barely a year at that point, and that little side room was like packed when we played, and that was just awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And where was that at?
That was at Bobby McGee's, which is also no more.
Bobby McGee's, which was Star Bar.
Correct.
Which is no more.
Oh, it's no more?
Rumorville speculate that supposedly it's not there, but we have neither confirmed nor denied said allegations.
Well, I can tell you that there is no sign on the building.
Ooh.
Interesting. I was wondering why I haven't seen that name come up in a while.
So when you say the side stage, you're talking about outside.
Well, no.
No,
well,
there was that side room.
It was in the room because it was supposed to. We were supposed to be outside that day, but it was storming really bad.
Yeah.
Essentially, what the barber.
Where the barber shop
yeah.
is now was actually part of Bobby McGee's. At
So
that point.
when you walk in, to where that little cash register guy would
the
sit,
right.
Those
to the
doors
right,
behind-
wasn't there
yeah.
a? Did they
There
like
was.
board
Yeah,
it
there
up
was
or
a
something?
door.
It's boarded up now.
But before it was boarded up, it was like I guess extra space for
Yeah.
Bobby's, and so they put instead of the outside stage, they put all the side bands in there.
Because you guys didn't have a stage, you just played on the floor.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Were we
that.
there for that?
Yes, we were.
That was the
Yeah,
first
oh yes, Luco, you were there
I
for
don't
that.
remember.
Yeah, we were.
So I remember seeing you guys. That's why I said you guys played outside. Because I remember watching you guys play outside.
That was the
'Cause
CMA's
you guys-
last bash.
Yes,
Okay,
we have
when you guys played
that before
outside?
too.
Yes.
Because that's what I remember. There's pictures of I think me like
Yeah. Well, and you're
You're
clearly
always like
repressing
that.
the memories
Yeah, of when you guys
Queens of Metal
raped
2015.
me.
Oddly enough, I think in that building or location, we've hit literally 4 different stages to play at.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Main
yeah,
stage.
There. So that we've played the main stage, we played the outside, we played that side room, and then there was that gig where we were supposed to be outside.
But a monsoon came through, and we had to play where the pool tables, not the pool tables,
Not the
were
pool
up, by
tables,
the
By the like the dining tables.
right.
What?
And it was
Yeah.
really weird because the backstage was they try to do two.
Wait, by the dining tables.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Those high tables that they put
Essentially,
up
when you
against the
first
back
walk
wall.
in, that one wall behind the cash register, we were behind that wall.
Because
They
what
moved the
they were
tables out of the way.
Because what they were trying to do is they were trying to run 2 venues at the same time. The back obviously was going to have the metal show, and then the front they had more like rock pop alternative going on. So they were shotgunning the bands. Like first main stage was going on, whatever their rock alternative was going on. Then not Wicked Deception. Dark Entropy would play, destroy the place, then go back to some pop alternative. Then we'd go on pop alternative. Then
Our Days End.
Threatening the
Days
Order
End.
featuring Gwen Stefani.
And Our Days End. So like our little stage was just brutal. And then we had all this like alternative rock. They didn't know what to do or think about what was going on, but they had to improvise because, like I said, a monsoon came through. The back area was just completely underwater.
So it's supposed to be 2 different shows going on.
Right. But so rather than the 2 shows going on, when the main stage was like between bands, is when the metal show would happen.
Which is still in the same room.
Yes.
Literally. And
Yes.
you can turn to your side and then see the
There they
metal
are.
band play.
So you guys have played 4 different spots
In one building.
in one building.
Yes.
That's
I think you
crazy.
guys are probably the only people to do that.
Probably.
Who else played that
I've never
show?
heard that
Our Days End, Dark Entropy.
I don't think they've played.
very
All
often
4
there.
spots.
I mean, I don't even know if they've ever played any of the other spots in that bar.
Well, Our Days End isn't together anymore.
Oh.
Oh, that's sad. I like those
Yeah.
guys.
And Dark Entropy, I don't think is together anymore either.
I don't think so.
Because
Also
I think
sad.
they went.
Or one for the homies.
Well, I'm not pouring my beer out, but I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. So they went to Central Disorder and what other band? Oh, Mike is in Vicious Attack, and I can't remember where else they went. I'm trying to figure out where the chain went
That's
once
all
they
good.
broke out and went to other bands.
We could figure it out later.
Woo! But back with Threatening the Order, their second time, it seriously feels like, oh, you guys are rocking your own shirts. How cute.
I didn't get the text
He
message.
didn't get the memo.
It's
Izzy
okay. We'll
didn't get
put
the
you in the
memo.
middle for the photo.
Yay.
Ooh.
I could zip up my hoodie for that.
Shit.
Yeah, that's right. There's a photo. You're also the only man in the band that's not bald.
Sorry.
So you obviously did get the shaved head memo.
I did have a beard 2 days ago, and I shaved
He
because it was
did.
getting itchy.
But these guys don't have beards.
Right.
So
Do you
did
guys grow mean
one thing
beards?
right.
No.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to cover this up. I know the listeners
get
don't
lazy.
see it because but this is some decent looking stuff here. I don't want to cover it up with a beard.
Decent looking
He is dreamy. He is dreamy. I have to stand behind the amps just to take away attention from him.
Because his head's too bright.
Wow.
I used to like you.
That was savage. Wow.
I like to see it glowing right now.
It's my halo.
It's my halo.
His essence, his aura.
His aura.
See?
With the widdly wheeze and widdly woos.
Or it could be the beer.
Well, speaking of, let's do the next track off of the As the World is Crumbling Down CD.
Ooh, yeah.
You guys want to keep going in order?
Sure.
Why
When
not?
is the next one the slow one?
The next one is the slow one.
Okay.
So just to set the expectations, there's no widdly wheeze and no widdly woos in this one.
Okay.
Ew.
But there was a lot of ball shaking bass.
There is ball shaking bass in this.
Yes, there is.
Boner inducing.
Boner-inducing bass.
Not by choice.
by force.
Yes.
So, grab your speaker, put it under your scrotum, and crank it to 11 is what you're saying.
You're assuming all the listeners are male.
Or put it under your vagina and crank it to 11.
And what is this track called?
This track is called Slave.
Let's do it. Crank your balls.
This sounds kind of kinky.
It's the baby making song on the album.
Obviously, if we're going to be vibrating genitalia.
Hi, we're Debility, and I'm Zach.
I'm Sean.
Johnny Taco.
I'm Ryan. They've locked us in this room. There's no food in here. I'm cold and tired. They want us to tell you that you listen to the
Metal
Experience. Please send help.
Woo! Alright, we just heard a slow chugger with no widdly wees or widdly woos.
Or was it widdly
There
wood?
could have been, but it had some sweet leads and some sweet arm punching snare drum and some sweet thunderous bass thumping. That was Slave.
And we're back with vibrating genitalia.
And we're back. No, threatening the order. Vibrating genitalia's next week. Next week.
Okay.
That's the band
My
on
bad.
next week.
My bad.
Next week, joining us, Vibrating Genitalia, which happens to be my side project.
Why didn't you say so?
So, how did you come up with the name Vibrating Genitalia? Well, we have the song Slave and My Balls Jingle. And I play a lot of chuggly chugs and some widdly wheeze. Some widdly woos. Take it away, Morgan, with your widdly woos.
What's been the most embarrassing moment that you've had on stage? That's right, I asked.
My tuning peg got, this is back at Live Wire Lounge. My tuning peg got caught in the back of Melissa's corset. That could have got awkward real quick. And did it? There was a moment of awkwardness, and I stopped playing for a second just so I can unravel what I needed unraveling and continue to what we were doing. Which was Widdly Woo. Which was Widdly Woo. Let's see. Lost plenty of drumsticks. Racked myself. Hit myself in the face. Racked yourself? Racked myself. Like your testicles? Yes. How do you do that? The snare is sitting right in between your legs. So you missed the snare and just... No, not with the stick, with your hand. Oh. Yeah,
So you lost the stick and punch yourself?
You give yourself
in
a
the
sweaty?
dick?
You give yourself a sweaty, a sack tap? You sack tap your own balls while you play?
Or are we talking about on-stage masturbation?
On stage.
Okay.
But also when
He likes people watching.
Also when he's jerking his
But
gherkin.
not knowing what they're watching.
What did that guy do? Is that guy beating his cock and balls? Yeah. Yeah, he is.
So that's what the heavy thumping was that we just heard.
Broke a light. Broke a light? How did you break a light?
Aiming
In my
high.
defense, it was plastic.
What was
Okay,
plastic?
were you using it to drum with? No.
What are we describing?
He somehow broke a light, but he won't tell me the
He
details.
was aiming high. It went off.
The light was
Give the guy a break.
The light was lower than expected. I swung up and I hit the light instead of hitting Tommy Lee, where you throw the stick up and you twirl it.
He's got a
I didn't
big
even
cock
throw
and
the
balls.
stick up. I just raised it in the air and it hit the light. You raised the roof. No, the light should have been raised. Raise your damn
Were you
lights.
playing in a cellar? What was this?
It might have been. I don't remember.
Just a closet?
Playing in a closet cellar. He's got a smirk on his face. It was. He was
like,
playing
"You
in
got
a closet. Yeah. Bonesaw was there. We were playing in the closet cellar. You have no physical proof. The internet does. The internet. The information superhighway. Says the internet. Says the internet. Okay. And Ed. Embarrassing moments on stage. I really don't care, so I don't know if I've ever been embarrassed. I guess I saw some pictures afterwards that were kind of embarrassing. What do you mean saw some pictures? Just, I drank a bit too much before a set, and saw pictures afterwards. It was like, I was just like standing there. It's kind of boring. A little sloppy. A little bit, and if people come to see a show, you need to put on a show, and like seriously, like a fucking tree just standing there, and it's like, oh, I wish I could do that over again. That was once, though. That was once. But since then, I don't drink so much before we go on. Still drinks, just not so much. Exactly. Bonesaw. Bonesaw's ready. I think one of our most brutal shows we've ever done, we were doing a backyard party in Morris, and it was in the middle of summer. And being that it was outdoor, we were being eaten alive by mosquitoes. And everyone wore their leather pants. We did, and I was in shorts.
So in the middle of the set, were you
shorts.
trying to whack them off you?
You couldn't because you had. There was no whacking off. There was no whacking off. There was
Well, this guy gets away with it behind the kit.
Children. There was children. There was children around, Morgan. They can't whack off on stage with
You
children
don't know what
around.
he's doing.
You stop whacking off, Morgan.
Just saying. Oh, we're
The
having a
mosquitoes.
meeting.
The mosquitoes.
You good?
Pete. What? You good? Yeah, I'm good.
He was just telling him what he couldn't say on
I
there.
wanted to remember what show it was. The mosquitoes. That was the Monster Fry. Monster Fry.
Monster fries.
That's right.
That sounds delicious.
That's right. Oh, well, it's about that time.
It's about that time.
Morgan, you know what time it is?
Tool time.
That is incorrect. Hammer time. Hammer
It's
time.
always
tool time.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found.
Only on the Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, this week, Hey Look What I Found is brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. This week, we are featuring our second Reverb Nation winner from the December 2017 contest. The band Through the Discipline from Queens, New York. We're playing a twofer. We got Demons, Seal, and 5 Ronin. Let's do it!
is Nate from The Silent Truth.
This is John from The Silent Truth.
This is Justin from The Silent Truth.
Yeah, and you're listening to the Metal Experience.
All right, that was again from our Reverb Nation winner in the December 2017 contest. That was Through the Discipline, and they are from Queens, New York. Give them a like on the Facebooks, and we played a 2-song twofer for you, Demon's Seal and 5 Ronin. And that segment is always brought to you by Imprint Recordings. Visit imprintrecordings.com for all your recording needs.
Boom.
And we're back. The Metal Experience rocking out here with the Chin Hair of Wisdom. Wisdom. Chuckles. And
you make him sound like a creepy clown.
And Morgan. And that's what you ever watch? You've been watching Shameless, right? The little kid's name is Charles, and the mom always calls him Chuckles. So we shouldn't say it like that. I just say it like a creep. Sorry, Chuck. But yeah, it's just funny. So I was like, oh, another, because one night we were trying to figure out all the different, nicknames for Charles. Charles, Chucky, Chaz, Chuckles. Chickada. Well, we are rocking out still with Threatening the Order here at the Fitz's Lanes in the Elmhurst. Rocking out, drinking some cold, iced delicious cold Coca-Cola, and some ice cold H2O, and a couple of adult beverages, right, Charles?
Some brewskis.
Some brewskis. You had the Mike's Heart. No, what do you have?
Angry Orchard.
Angry. You had the angriest. We asked the waitress for the angriest of all her Angry Orchards back there.
I saw her punch the drink.
She punched it.
Yeah, I asked her to give you the most pissed off cider she could find.
She punched it. She got it in a chokehold real quick, and then gave it an elbow off the top rope before she served it to you.
It got scary.
It got crazy in here. Things got weird.
It did.
And then you were served a beverage. How you feeling?
He doesn't remember. He's just so angry. It's okay. You can tell us.
Okay, he doesn't want to tell you, Morgan. Shit.
His mistake.
You're making him uncomfortable.
He's so angry he doesn't want to talk about it.
Shit. That Angry Orchard got him extra angry. Morgan.
Sounds about right.
Some things.
About right.
Do some things.
Do some things. Well, we are back with Threatening the Order, and we have been talking about the EP, some upcoming shows, and some shows that they've played. So let's talk a little bit about what's next for you guys. So you just released the EP 6 months ago, and it was 4 tracks. Did you guys have in mind for a full length? Are you going to record another one soon? Or are you planning on just playing this for a while? What are you thinking? Tour?
What's the 2018 game plan?
Yeah.
Pete.
Wow. Way to put me on the spot.
Pete
We're going to do some stuff.
Well, I guess in the long run, there's definitely talk about coming out with a full-length album. And very, very possible this year.
Ooh.
We're working on some stuff.
New things are happening.
Okay.
Things and stuff.
Announcements will be made when details are available.
There will be punch and pie.
So for now,
in the break room.
For now, we just have to wait, I guess, right?
Well, the EP, from what we've heard so far, sounds super badass.
It does.
Thank you.
A lot of chuggla-chugglas, wiggly-wees, wiggly-woos. You know.
And
Morgan.
one slow one.
And one slow one, but they had the bass thumping. The ball-thumping bass thumper.
Boner-inducing bass.
yeah.
Boner-inducer.
I didn't have one of those because I don't get those.
Morgan had the biggest boner of everyone here. So
I
Lady
did
boner
not.
inducing
she had the
bass.
biggest lady boner.
That's not a thing for me.
Sorry to hear that.
The
I-
lady.
Have you
thing.
listened to
I'm not-
track 3 of Threatening the Order's new disc?
There was some vibrating genitalia, I heard.
They're on next week. We've been over this.
Yes, they are. But we'll wait till next week to experience that.
Ooh, yeah.
So you're coming back next week, right?
We should.
Okay.
We'll just show up.
You'll just show up.
Hey,
Hey,
what are you guys doing?
we're boner genitalia rockers.
Bona genitalia rockers. That would be the tagline for vibrating genitalia.
Boner genitalia rockers.
Sounds about right. Is there anybody in the local scene that you haven't played a show yet with that you would like to, or anybody that you would want to share the stage with?
Love to do a show with Evil Engine. That would be fun.
Evil Engine.
I think it's been a while since I've seen them last.
When's the last time you seen them?
Cairo.
Cairo.
Nice.
I think they're doing a punk show in March, I want to say. Any band you guys want to play with?
Morgan?
That I want to play with?
No.
Who would you like to see us play with, Morgan?
How about that?
Who would I like to see you guys
If you were putting
play
together
with?
the Metal Experience Festival, who would be on that bill?
Well, of course, Threatening the Order.
Yeah.
Who haven't I seen you guys play with? You guys have played with Ornaco before, right?
Yes, we have.
Several
Yes, we
times.
have.
Okay.
Those guys are fun.
Yes, Ornaco's pretty awesome.
You know,
Jeff's
we
okay.
haven't seen Rhino yet.
Rhino's pretty awesome.
Have you guys played with them?
Rhino?
No.
I would say Alethea.
We played with them.
You have. Well, I haven't seen you play with them.
Well, then there you go.
Well, then there you go. Yeah.
We'll get on that festival, chop chop.
I am thinking about a show in the near future. I'm trying to figure out my time-wise of where it would be and if I could maybe pull it off doing it at Fitz' Spirit Keys. But that is to be announced and for a future detail. But that's coming soon.
Cairo
Hopefully.
Ale House is a fun spot.
I've heard good things.
Bonesaw's ready.
Bonesaw is ready. I've heard things about that too. And where can everybody find everything that is Threatening the Order, merch, CDs, buy things from you?
Most of the stuff we have live, but you can find us through Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Our email is threateningtheorder@ymail.com.
At Ymail?
Ymail.
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 It's not Gmail. It's Ymail.
Why did you choose Ymail?
Because that's what Yahoo told me to use. I tried to use Yahoo.com, and they said, no, you're using Ymail. I wish I was making this up. That's exactly how it happened.
You are the only one that I know that has Ymail. I
I
feel like this is a joke on you.
No, I swear to God, I was like threatening the order at yahoo.com. They said,
nope. Someone at Yahoo's
We're
like,
out of Yahoo
hey, come over.
addresses.
Look at this. This guy, Izzy. I'm going to make him use Ymail.
That's
What?
exactly what happened.
Oh, my God. Ridiculous.
At ymail.com.
Ymail.
Ymail.
Because G was taken?
G. The G-spot mail was taken.
It almost feels like it should be like an infomercial in at like 1 a.m. for some like, boner pills or something like Ymail.
ymail.com. It's boner inducing.
It's boner inducing.
That's where that bass comes from.
Giggity. But yeah, we're on the Facebooks, we're on the Instagrams, we're on the Twitters, we're on the YouTubes. You can Google Threatening the Order. Yeah.
Woo.
At ymail.com.
Exciting stuff. Epic. Well, just a few announcements while we wrap up the night, because we still have another track to play from Threatening the Order tonight. Our friends in Hemi have officially announced that on the 13th of February, which is a Tuesday, that their album Avalon is finally going to be released, and that features Tim Wilkins on guitar for the first time ever on their recording. So definitely keep a lookout for that. We'll get some tracks from them and play it on our show as soon as we get a hold of them. And then our friends in Bloodletter, they're going to be on our show for February 13th. They just released a brand new, I'm looking here.
A brand new what?
A brand new track off their new upcoming album called Under the Dark Mark.
Under the Dark Mark.
Upcoming spring 2018 album. And they said if we spread the band's page and get 2,000 likes, they'll drop a track from the new album on top of that. So check out Under the Dark Mark on Bandcamp now off of Bloodletters.
Under the Dark Mark.
It's a Harry Potter thing. It's got to be.
Wait,
and
why do you say that?
Because the Dark Mark is
That's
what
not
they
just a
reference to Harry
guy
Potter.
named Mark?
Well, that's what I'm calling
call
it,
him
damn
Dark
it.
Mark?
That's what I'm calling it. Our friends in Glass Hands out in Indiana have a brand new music
Marky
video
Mark?
coming out for Waiting Room that drops February 2nd, which is this coming Friday. And just announced on my birthday, February 16th at Bottom Lounge, our friends in Rhino, Victim, and Tanzan are playing with Speaking with Ghosts and Veil of Maya at the Bottom Lounge. And tickets you can only buy at the Bottom Lounge website or box office, whatever you want to call it. The bands are not selling tickets for this one. That's a hometown show for Veil of Maya and all of our friends in the bands playing with. Next week on our show, Oblivion Zero is going to be joining us for their first time. Got some cool tracks to play with them. And, yeah, more things coming soon to themetalexperience.com. Check out all of our past shows, upcoming guests, Hey, Look What I Found picks, and more. And I think that's all I got for tonight.
I've been looking for this damn picture.
Yeah, I
for
can't
so
find
long,
it either. But I did
and
find
I can't find it.
I did find a gold one. I'll show you later. And we do have.
Didn't we have a little segment from Bloodletter?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We
Oh,
do
okay.
have something from Peter of Bloodletter, his 30-second clip that he sent us for a review. So we're gonna check it out now. Here we go.
What's up, you asshats? This is Pete from Bloodletter, and I'm here to tell you why the best and weirdest band you've ever heard is Mutoid Man. Classifying how awesome Warmoans by Mutoid Man is harder than doing Chinese algebra. This album is fucking excellent. Is it metal? Is it punk? Is it hardcore? Who gives a shit? It has everything. You have dudes from Converge, Cave In, and things like that. Sick musicianship, weird-ass lyrics, and a great concept. Oh, and not to mention, the dude can sing like a fucking angel. It's perfect. If you haven't listened to Warmoans or any of Mutoid Man's other works, you're fucking missing out. Warmoans ties with Nightmare Logic by Power Trip for Album of the Year for me. It gets a fucking 5 out of 5.
All right. Well, thank you, Peter, for that awesome 30-second
What was it?
review.
Mutoid Man?
Mutoid Man. Ridiculous.
I've never heard of that. That sounds quite crazy.
So a couple shows you can catch us at this weekend. Coming up, we'll be at the Killswitch Engage Anthrax show at the Rave Friday
Nice.
night. And then Saturday, Luco's band is playing out in Chicago at Damien's Den with the Forms They Take, which he will be sharing the stage with some awesome bands such as Bastards Asylum.
Oh, nice.
I think. Hold
You
on.
think?
I don't know. This page ain't loaded.
You're not
Shit.
sure?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Come on. Load for me. Load for me. Load for me. It's not happening. It's not happening. All right. Let's see if I can read this thing super close here. Give me a second. It's for John Boyer's 21st birthday and Mark birthday bash. Yeah, I can't read any of these logos.
I can.
Okay. Go for it. Pray
Pray
for
of misfortune. Pray of misfortune. I got it.
Fuck you. I got it first.
That's all I can read.
Okay.
Oh, no, I lied. I actually have the set list.
You're an idiot.
It's Zaniac, Vice,
Mhm.
Engage, Coils, Lucid, 8,
Mhm.
ATE,
Okay.
Special Guest Band, Torn Confidence, and DJ Demon. Bastards Asylum is not on there, Morgan.
Oh,
Thanks
that's
for
the
getting
next one.
my fucking hopes up.
Sorry. My bad.
Timmy Bastard playing some meat and potatoes metal.
Meat and potatoes, meat and potatoes. All right. Well, that's all the announcements I got for today.
Thank
Just know to come
goodness.
out to Fits of Spirit Keys every Tuesday night. Join us while we record our shows in Elmhurst. Next week, like I said, Oblivion Zero is going to be with us, so come on
Special
out.
guest boner inducing
Boner-inducing.
Boner-inducing bass.
Boner-
That's how you describe
Boom.
track 3 on our EP.
Okay.
You are thinking of my side project, Vibrating Genitalia,
They
who will be joining
making a
Oblivion Zero
special
next week.
guest.
Vibrating genitalia.
And I'm sure Jeff and Kyle will really appreciate my vibrating genitalia being here in
They
their
will.
presence.
They are appreciative guys. Although at our show last week, people were trying to mosh Kyle from Oblivion Zero. He said, "Fuck this." He's going to start windmilling, and everyone settled down. For those of you who don't know, Kyle is a rather large, gentle.
He's a
giant.
big dude.
Yes, he's a big.
He's
dude.
a gentle giant.
He's a fucking monster.
Yes. And as soon as he has like an 8-foot wingspan. So when he started windmilling, it just like, okay, we'll all behave. We'll all stop.
We're done. We're done. Okay, we're done. We get it.
Gross.
That was a
flavor country.
Flavor. So we have one more track, but before we play that, the shows you guys got coming up again.
February 10th, Cairo Ale House. March 24th, Cairo Ale House.
Hitting up Cairo Ale House hard.
Yes. Shawarma.
Swing.
And May 3rd. God damn it. May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
And also with you.
And also with you.
At Livewire Lounge.
For tacos, right?
For tacos and loud
metal.
rock and or roll.
And then more tacos.
And tacos.
Always more tacos. Don't forget it.
Especially at
You
Livewire.
never say no to tacos.
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 Although ironically enough, I had a burrito that night.
So
I always say I'm getting tacos, and then I always go and get a burrito.
we have one more track to play.
Let's go get tacos. By that, I mean I'm going to go eat a burrito.
That is not the name of the track.
What if it was? The next track, let's go get tacos.
I'll get to work on that.
Yeah. Well, before we get to that too, check out Wings of Severance that open it up and Axe Mash that open up the show. And then also through The Discipline that was the Reverb Nation winner of the 2017 contest. That was the Hey, Look What I Found band of the week. And then, yes, also Vibrating Genitalia coming on next week with Oblivion Zero. So get ready for your vibrating genitalia to get oblivionated.
Oh, yeah.
Into zero.
Into zero. And we got one more tasty track from Threatening the Order. Only their second time on. I swear it feels like this is your like
Really
eighth time
does.
on. When I read that, seriously, the second time I'm like, that's not right. This is like I feel like this is like your fourth time on. But you guys will be on 4 times.
Sweet.
And 5. And 6. And 6.
We'll be here next week. Yeah.
We'll be here next week with Vibrating Genitalia.
I'll be here next week.
Well, we got one more track to play to close out the night. So this one's called Hold Your Breath. And between you three, what's the craziest thing you could think of that this song is about? Because Melissa's not here to explain what the song is about.
Oral sex.
Whoa.
That's
Not
crazy
holding your
because that's
breath.
what I was thinking.
Not holding your breath. And Izzy.
I concur.
All right, we'll try not to hold your breath so much when you listen to the song, or do hold your breath till the end of the song and see if you
While
don't
doing
pass out.
oral sex, but also checking out Vibrating Genitalia, while also checking
How
out
about
Threatening the Order.
oral
Which I
sex
think is a
while
great idea because it's the
vibrating
longest song on the album.
genitalia to this track.
Although it kind of sounds like a YouTube challenge.
It does.
That's the next Tide Pod challenge.
What the fuck? No, here we
You
go.
Much
guys
safer
start-
than the Tide Pod challenge, though.
Here
That's
is
debatable.
Hold your breath.
That's masturbatable.
Are you done?
That's what she said.
I was
Maybe?
born done.
Maybe?
Onsaw's ready.
Oh my god. You gotta get creepy with it.
I love it.
All right. Well, here we go. The last track from Threatening the Order for tonight. Here is Hold Your Breath.